This entertainer is the only person in the history of the world to be inducted into, get this, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Country Music Hall of Fame, the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and also, if that weren't enough, the Folk Music Hall of Fame.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. I hear that train coming, rolling round bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging on. That train, it keeps a rolling on down the side of town. I was just a baby, my mama told me, John, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. That train keeps a rolling, I hang my head and cry. Pick. Well, I bet there's rich folks eating from some fancy dining car, probably drinking coffee, smoking big cigars. I know I had it coming, I know I can't be free. That train that keeps a rolling, that's what tortures me. Let it. If they freed me from that prison, if that railroad train of mine, I'd probably move it on a little farther down the line. Far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Thank you very much. I'm Johnny Cash. Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much for my ma and me, just this old guitar, empty bottle of booze. I don't care that he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did is, before he left, he went and named me Sue. I must have thought that was a pretty good joke, and it got a lot of laughs from a lot of folks. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd turn red, some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. Things just ain't that easy for a boy named Sue. I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard, my wits got keen. Rode from town to hide my shame. But I swore by the moon and stars, I'd search those honky-tonks and bars and I'd find that mangy weasel that named me Sue. Well, that was Gatlinburg in mid-July. I rode into town, my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. There on a street of mud, sitting at a table dealing stud, was that mangy rat that went and named me Sue. I knew that snake was my own sweet dad by an old photograph that my ma had, and I recognized the scar on his cheek and his evil eye. Big and bent, gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood run cold. I said, hey, my name is Sue. How do you do? Now you are gonna die. Well, I hit him once right between the eyes, and he went down, and to my surprise, come up with a knife, and he cut off a chunk of my ear. So I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we went through the wall out into the street, kicking and the gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Well, I fought tougher, man, but I really don't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. I heard him laugh and I heard him cuss. He went for his gun, but I drew mine first, and he stood there in the street. I seen him smile. He said, son, this world is rough, and if you're gonna make it, you gotta be tough. And I knew I wouldn't be around to help you along. So I give you that name, I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die, and you know, it's that name that helps make you strong. Now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me. You have the right to kill me now. I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in the gut and the spit in your eye. I'm the mangy weasel that named you Sue. What could I do? What could I do? What could I do? I got all choked up. I threw down my gun, called him my pa, he called me a son. I went away with a different point of view. And I think about him every now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a boy, I'm gonna name him Bill or George or Ralph, anything but Sue. That's an awful name. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, keep your hands together for my sweet wife, Miss June Carter. June, would you come out here, June?
Well, I just couldn't hardly wait to get out here and say hello to everybody. How y'all doing?
Well, June, I'm sure glad you could make it, but you shouldn't be rushing around like that. You're going to have an accident.
John, I ain't never had an accident in my whole life.
You ain't never had an accident in your life.
Well, there was that time that bull threw me over the fence last year.
And you don't call that an accident?
No, I really think he did it on purpose.
Oh. Well, we got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fall went out. I am going to Jackson.
Oh, yeah?
I'm more a fool around. June, I'm going to Jackson. Look out, Jackson Town. What do you say about that?
Well, on down to Jackson, well, go ahead and break more. Okay, you big talking man, make a big fool of yourself. Well, go down to Jackson. First, go comb that hair.
I'm on a snowball, Jackson.
Go ahead and see if I care.
Well, I breeze into that city. All them women's gonna stoop out and bow.
I doubt it.
All them women's gonna make me teach them what they don't know how. June, I'm going to Jackson. Turn loose of my coat. I'm going to Jackson.
Big bad so road.
What'd you say?
Well, they'll laugh at you in Jackson. I'll be dancing on a pony cake. Well, and run you out of town like a scolded hound with your tail tucked between your legs. We're going down to Jackson. You big talking man. And I'll be right there in Jackson, behind my J-Pan van.
We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. I'm going to Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
And that is a fact. I'm going to Jackson.
Never coming back.
June, I'm going to Jackson. All your begging's not slowing me
Well,
down.
just go ahead and go on down to Jackson, John. Go on to Jackson.
I am going, June. I am.
But-
This time I mean it. I'm going this time.
Do not call me up on the telephone and ask me to send you a Greyhound bus ticket to come home, because I am not sending it this time.
You're a hard woman, June.
Don't call me, I will call you, okay?
Love is a burning thing. It makes a fiery rain. Run by wild desire. I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, down, down. The flame went higher and it burns, burns, burns. That ring of fire, that ring of fire. Say. Oh, I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flame went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. That ring of fire, that ring of fire. The best of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, down, down. The flame went higher and it burns, burns, burns. That ring of fire, that ring of fire. Oh, and I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flame went higher and it burns, burns, burns. That ring of fire, that ring of fire. And it burns, burns, burns. That ring of fire, that ring of fire. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Give that band a hand. I tell you what, that's a fine bunch of musicians.
Yeah.
Fine bunch of musicians and singers we got here tonight.
Beautiful.
I'd like to thank Richard for inviting us to come down and be a part of this show. This is a wonderful show. I would like to finish up our portion of the show, ladies and gentlemen, with a very special song. This is my most requested Johnny Cash song ever, and I hope you like it. It goes like this. It was on the charts for over 18 weeks. And this is a hum along. I want everybody humming on this. I'll show you where. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the end out for the tide that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when each day's through. You know I'd even be a fool for you. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Sure as night is dark and day is light, I want to be with you each and every night. That loving you only proves that's right. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Way back in the back, you're not humming. You find a way to keep me on your side. You give me cause for a love that I can't hide. For you, you know I'd even turn the tide. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Your last chance to hum. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the end out for the tide that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Thank you very much. I'm Johnny Cash.
Thank you so much.